I am going to tell you a big lie. And you are going to believe it. Because everyone around you is already telling you this lie. Your friends, your family, social media, and even you yourself repeat this lie. So what is this lie? Your life must be figured out by 25. Otherwise, you will be a failure. Let's be honest, at least once, all of us have heard this. Every day we scroll through social media. At 24, someone becomes the CEO of a company making millions. At 22, your closest friend gets married and starts a family. At 20, your neighbor gets accepted into one of the best universities, and so on. If you've seen these things and felt unsuccessful or inadequate, you're not alone. All right, now I'm going to tell you the truth. This truth will free you from that feeling of failure. Are you ready? Here it is. You're playing the game wrong. Because no one told you the real rules of the game. Lie and own, I must build my life by 25. The young millionaires, influencers, and perfect people with 2 degrees that social media shows you make you feel inadequate. You're 23. You live with your parents. You don't like your job. Maybe you don't even have one. Your brain says, I'm late. I'm a failure. You've been told a huge lie. You are not a failure. Let's approach this scientifically. Science says the human brain does not fully develop until around age 25. The part of the brain responsible for decision-making, planning for the future, and evaluating consequences, the prefrontal cortex, fully develops around 25. To put it simply, it's like building a puzzle but missing the final piece. Without that last piece, the puzzle isn't complete. The brain works the same way. Not knowing what you want at 23 is completely normal, because your prefrontal cortex is still developing. Psychologists call this the identity formation period. Your brain is still figuring out who you are. Biologically, what should you actually be doing in your 20s? You should be making mistakes. It might sound funny, but it's the truth. Listen carefully. This is not a motivational speech. This is a strategy based on neuroscience and psychology. The brain learns through the dopamine system. You try something. If you like it, your brain releases dopamine. If you don't, your brain says, not this. Let's find something else. For this process to work, we need experience, real experience. Not just reading books, thinking, or listening to motivational talks. Trying, testing, failing. You started a job at 23 and realized after a few months that it's not for you. So you quit. Everyone said, wrong decision, you ruined your career stability. Big lie. Quitting at 23 is not a mistake. Spending years in a job you hate is the real mistake, and it can destroy your life. Because in psychology, there's something called the sunk cost fallacy. People stick to wrong decisions just because of the time they've already invested. For example, you're 26. You've worked at a job for 2 years. You don't leave because I've already given 2 years to this. But if you don't leave now, you might waste the next 10 years too. You can't get the past years back, but you can still save your future. Your 20 seconds are an experimentation period. Every mistake teaches you something. Lie porn, relationships. People tell us, you must get married by 25, have a child by 26. After 30, it's too late. You're 23 and there's no one in your life. You think something is wrong with you. Now let me give you some statistics and psychology. 60% of people who marry before 25 divorce in their 30 seconds. Because at 23, a person doesn't fully know who they are. A few years later, people change, and they realize the person they chose is no longer right for them. According to psychologist Erik Erikson, your 20 seconds are the stage of intimacy versus isolation. That means you are learning how to build closeness and relationships. It's a trial process. The person you loved at 20 may not be right for you at 29. Why? Because you are not the same person at 22 as you are later. Over time, your character forms and changes. Your priorities shift. That's normal. In fact, it's necessary. You don't even fully know yourself yet. How can you fully know someone else? Believe me, being single at 23 is far better than being with the wrong person at 30. Now I have a question for you. Who were you in your early 20s, and who are you now? What has changed in your character? Lie 3. Success, money, and status. Another lie is about money and success. There are two 25-year-olds. One earns $4,000 a month, works in an office, does the same thing every day, and lives under constant stress. The other earns $2,000 a month, does work they love, and doesn't work in a stressful office environment. According to society, the first one is successful, and the second is not. A few years later, things change. The first person is still in the same office, same monotonous life, unhappy at 35, thinking, I wasted my life. The second person now earns $5,000 a month, happy, because they listened to their heart and made the right choice early. In psychology, there is a principle called the compound effect. If you improve by 1% every day, in a year you become 37 times better. If you decline by 1% every day, in a year you almost reach 0. At 24, you choose, gain skills or just earn money. At first, earning money looks more attractive. But years later, the person who focused on building skills becomes a unique expert. Their skills are in demand. They choose who they work for, where, and how. The person who only chased money is still in the same place. Maybe their salary increased a little. But lie 4, I'm late. Vera Wang became a fashion designer at 40. Stan Lee wrote his first successful comics at 40. Colonel Sanders founded KFC at 62. You're 23 and think you're late? Oh, come on. You haven't even started yet. You're only late if you're not growing. Age is just a number. The real question is, what steps are you taking to grow? Now let me give you some practical steps. Step 1. Test 1. Skill every week. Interested in programming? Learn Python for a week. See if you like it. Want to start blogging? Try it. Without trying, you'll never know. Try for 1 week. If you like it, extend it to 2 months. If not, switch. In 1 year, you'll try 52 things. At least 2 of them will stick. And that's enough. Step 2. Ask yourself every day. Before you sleep, ask, what did I learn today? If the answer is nothing, the day was wasted. Am I slightly better than I was yesterday? The answer should be yes. Minimum 1%. Compete only with yourself. Step 3. Learn to say no. The biggest problem in your 20s is saying yes to everyone. You cannot please everyone. You must choose how to live your life. Saying no is self-respect. It's setting boundaries. Step 4. Take 1 risk every month. Don't be scared. Take a low-stakes risk that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Join a new social environment. Apply for a job in a new field. This teaches your everything is ready, buddy. Are you?